Hello out there, everybody. Here I am for day 25 of 30 Westerns in 30 days, and the film I watched today was Takashi Miike's Sukiyaki Western Django. Now, this movie is really interesting in a few ways. As far as it goes, it's not the greatest Western. It's not, not even one of Takashi Miike's best films. And I'm thinking about doing a vid just about Miike for some of those folks out there who don't really know about him or know who he is or his films. But this movie's really interesting because it's a Japanese Western. It's got a cool bit part by Quentin Tarantino, and his cameo is pretty cool. But it's really interesting because it's basically a mishmash of genres. It's a Western, but obviously being a Japanese Western, it has a samurai element to it. And the movie's plot basically borrows from War of the, I think it's Wars of the Roses or something like that. Yojimbo and, Fistful of Dollars, stuff like that. Because and it incorporates the factual stuff of the war between the Genji and the Heike clan, which started the age of the samurai. But this entire movie is completely fictional. It just borrows from real events. But basically a stranger comes into town. Nobody knows who he is, and he comes into town to help a prostitute get revenge against the two warring clans. And so you've got the stranger in the middle of two warring factions, and it's basically Yojimbo and Fistful of Dollars done over again. But, that's pretty much the story of the movie. There's not much else going on. I watched this movie just to see, some good action, some good shoot 'em up stuff, and to see a mishmash of genres come together. I'm a big fan of Takashi Miike's work. Not the biggest fan of this movie. This movie's really good, but it's not one of his best films. Like I said, I may work on doing a video where I talk about all the Takashi Miike films that I own and that I love, because I'm a big fan of the director. He's my favorite Japanese director. But as far as it goes, I'd probably give the movie excuse me, about 3 out of 5 stars. Just mainly on action alone. Like I said, the story's not that great. There's one cool thing about the movie that it's cool in one way and it's kind of bad in another. As an experiment, Miike decided to have the Asian cast speak English, which none of the cast speaks English at all. They have no clue. They know what they're saying because they read it in Japanese, but he had them learn English phonetically without knowing the language. So when you're watching the movie and they're speaking English instead of being dubbed, it's sometimes hard to understand what they're saying. You still might want to watch it with the subtitles on, because I had to, because they're speaking English, but their pronunciation isn't correct most of the time, and it sounds really odd, and sometimes there's completely no way to understand what they're saying. You have no clue what just came out of their mouth, and then when you read the subtitles, you're like, really, that's what they were trying to say? But that's one of the biggest flaws of the film, actually. I would have rather had a decent English dubbing, or just watch the subtitles anyway. Because like I said, there's not much story going on as it is, so it didn't really matter. It wasn't like it was an issue. But it's a cool little experiment. You can't blame the guy for trying something different. I thought it was a novel, idea to give a shot, but at the same time, it didn't really work out too well. But anyway, I mean, as far as it goes, it's a really cool movie. If you're into stuff like this, then check it out. I'll show you the inside of the case and everything. The case is pretty cool. Comes in a nice steelbook case. It doesn't really have any special features showing on the back or anything. I think it does have like a small featurette or maybe a trailer or two or something like that, but it's this is a pretty decent little flick. So, but that's it for today, and looks like we got 5 more to go, and I've been trying to save some of my favorite stuff, some of the best stuff for last. Not all of it, but there's some movies that I really want to save for last. But alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you around next time.